Any cybernats out here? Right, good. Glad to hear it. Keep up the good work. Because that's what we've got. These guys over there have got the mainstream media in their pocket. The only way we can get the truth and get our arguments out there is online. Keep it up. Unequal partners. We've heard people talking about how it's just not working. It was never a Scotland-England thing. Other Britons are not breeds apart. It was never about separate peoples. Why are they turning it into that? They stirred up their own electorate again. East Europeans, Muslims, who's the latest cancer? Oh, it's the nasty Nats, the Nats on the march, the invasion of incestuous country dancers. How dare those jocks come down here and try to influence their decisions? They should accept they are subordinate and subject to their impositions. And her, giving the Welsh electors inspiration and English voters ideas above their station, using national telly to spread ideas of equality, seditious talk of alternatives to austerity. See, the dad, the gradual toxic drip feed on her predecessor, but this time he'd a quicker fix to poison minds and disgrace her. See, the most dangerous woman in Britain is only a scary story if you're a reactionary Tory, pro-union, Daily Mail reading Tory. Because that's a simpler title, will only get her more notoriety among you ingrate malcontents of British society. So it's better off to get the commoners fighting it out among themselves. It's a method tried and tested for years. It served that empire well. Time to get their propaganda machine in gear, spread some shit cause a stink cause a smear. And if they don't have any facts, they'll resort to fabrication, because all is fair in love and war and character assassination. So the boorish, bullying old boys network, callously corrupt, they made their move clumsy and crass, underhanded, undermining, backhanders bought the slander of that wee tin-hatted lass. But thankfully, their own opinion of their influence is overinflated and somewhat out of date. See, there's been an IT revolution since Zinoviev's day, and the froggies and sweaties, we've always been cordial mates. And one of the reasons Rothermere's cronies hate them is a radical reform they're going to legislate on the vast swathes of land owned by that privileged few for a common weal to prosper and participate. Isn't it ironic that this land's most corrupt domain is that scandal that calls itself the Fourth Estate? They're unelected, unethical, unprincipled, unregulated, unrepentant, unbridled, long beyond the pale and untouchable, now beyond belief, unbelievable. But now they're shunned and hated by a people who's opened their eyes and ears and now refuse to see our society through their warped views. We've wakened up and decided to choose to become the media. So stop press. They're yesterday's news. Talking about the cybernat thing, hearing a lot about it. They've had to demonise us. They've got mainstream media, they've got the press, they've got the BBC tied up. The only thing they can't regulate and control is what's happening online in the media. So what they do then is they demonise it. They tell the rest of the people, don't believe any shit you hear from those nats on the media. They demonise it, they make it dirty, like they try to do everything that they can't control. Remember the PC Brigade? Do you remember them? Used to hear a lot about the PC Brigade. That was another right-wing construct. If there was a new law get passed, it was safety at work, it was about racial discrimination, it was about homophobic abuse. The right wing didn't like it. Oh, it's the PC Brigade. There's a lot of political activists here today. If any of you guys been to or heard of a PC Brigade meeting, do you know who the PC Brigade are? They don't exist. It was made up to demonise whatever these guys don't like. And that's exactly what they're doing. So keep up the good work, all you cybernats. Another part of this media. Broadcasting Corporation, been conning generations, demanding mass subscriptions, misusing their transmissions, prolonging their pretensions of TV fan detections to spread intimidation and threaten litigation, even incarceration. There's a lot of TV detector vans in your area tonight. It won't take us long to find you, there is nowhere to hide. The staring voice was telling you, shattering your sanctuary, home comfort, safety, with a film dark and shady, and music deep and broody, saying look outside your window, Space age vans patrolling, with radar dishes rolling, like bad tomorrow's world dreams. Scary Doctor Who machines didn't believe in Daleks. No such thing as Cybermen, but we hid behind a couch for the licensed snooping bogeymen. They're in your town, they're in your street, they're at your door, they're in your house. You're getting fined, you're going to jail. And fearfully we, year after year, paid the licence fee for licence Feer. And for what? Paid the licence fee so a licentious few could carry on regardless, libidinous and lewd. The men behind the broadcasts of patriarchal paederasts. Productions for profferers, procurers and predators, preying on prepubescents, indecencies incessant, promoted and protected by the Lord's unelected, perverted peers self-serving, the vermin cloaked in ermine. Teeny boppers, guys and gals, right honourable paedophiles, casting couch with a big shot and a big time prime time radio jock, sugar daddies with TV tots, children's hour and pop is on top. Well, the adult careerists kept stum. News blackout for the green room. The play for today was Play Dumb, and Auntie Beep still kept mum. It was a silence inexcusable, far from understandable, made justice impossible, encouraged the incorrigible, teachers, touchers felt untouchable, and feelers felt accountable to no one. Because fear is control, fear is power. You scare your victims, you make them cower. Intimidate, threaten fate, making them cooperate. It works for dirty wee men, and by God it worked for the state. That British state establishment, that privileged collective, the Crown, the Beeb, the CBI, all with the same objective. Preserve their cosy system, block all things progressive. Your name was once superlative, now shamefully subjective. Warped views, biased news selective, reporting Scotland from a skewed perspective. See, Beeb, if your integrity couldn't stretch to protection of kids from exploitation, or stories far-fetched of gadgets and goons, it doesn't take a stretch of the imagination to believe that you did stretch the truth and could lie to a whole Scottish nation. Thank you.